Time for the PT reading in the PT exam has been cut down. This is a fact. Even though it still says around 29 to 30 minutes on the PT scoring official scoring guidelines. So this is the time to strategize and gear up your approach to beat the PT exam in its own game. So what we need is a combination of smart work and hard work to be still able to crack it. Our students, our live students are definitely still able to do it. So like and subscribe and let's watch it right till the end how we can still crack the PT reading module with flying colors. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PT. I hope you all are doing great. If you don't solve the PT reading module timely and precisely, then what happens is your chances of getting a good score tremendously goes down because you lose the time. But if you are wondering how our students are still getting good scores, perfect scores in the reading module, getting 8 band and 9 band scores, then what you have to do is just watch this video. Or if you are interested to attend live classes, PT training directly with me and my team, then you do WhatsApp us or Telegram us, then we can guide you forward. And if you're already preparing from somewhere, then what you have to do is we also offer two types of memberships on our channel, YouTube channel, Priority and VIP. In Priority, you get the latest exam repeated questions. In VIP, you not only get the latest exam repeated questions, but also vocabulary list for the reading module, specifically words picked up directly coming in the exam, spelling list, templates, grammar ebooks, grammar shortcuts, and some exclusive access to videos as well. So hit subscribe and sit tight to discover what can change your complete approach towards the reading module now. To begin with, let's start looking at which sections or which modules can still contribute to your reading scores. Now this table is not a surprise. This is already known. The drag and drop will come to the time and its management very soon, along with the examples. What is the faster way to approach, how to do it faster, because that's the need of the hour. So let's understand the questions first quickly. Drag and drop and drop down. These are contributing the majority of scores for your reading module. Multiple choice, multiple answer, multiple choice, single answer from the reading module. What we need to do with it, we'll come to that. But again, in terms of markings, you are getting 4 to 6 or 2 to 3 marks from these questions. But if you see, the majority of marks are coming from these questions. Reorder paragraph, again, it cannot be ignored because there is still significant amount of marks coming from this as well. Now the other questions that also contribute outside of reading module, first one is summarize written text, which is a writing task, but again it contributes good amount of marks because you get two questions. Each of the questions contribute around 9 points each. In total, it can vary between 18 to 20 points when translated in total. Now when we talk about the listening module questions, highlight incorrect words is really easy, so you have to capitalize to boost your reading scores, of course, and highlight correct summary as well can give you 2 to 3 points. So collectively you get a score out of 90. That's how the exam works. It's an integrated exam. The scores come from different modules as well. Now what we need to do is first of all understand which ball we have to hit and which ball we have to leave, just like a good cricketer. So this is something called as the Pareto's rule or the Pareto's law, 80-20 principle. I know there are people talking about it earlier, but what the Pareto law says that 80% or not an exact combination, majority of the marks come and contributed from only specific set of modules. That's what I'm trying to bring your focus to. So reading, fill in the blanks, you already know, no surprises. Reading, writing, fill in the blanks, reorder paragraph, summarize written text and highlight incorrect words. 5 modules. Now I'll go back to the slide. Which questions you have to completely ignore? And that is a wastage of time because the time has been reduced. For the PT reading module, these two you can attempt properly. But from the reading module, you have to completely ignore this question, multiple choice, multiple answers and multiple choice single answer, because there is no time. You are reading a whole passage and you are getting only 1 point from it. So it does not deserve your attention in the exam. Just select one option from each of these questions. If you are lucky, if you chose the correct answer, you will get 1 point. But please don't waste time on that. Your time is required more on the questions like this one, reading, fill in the blanks. One passage can give you up to 4 or 5 points depending on how many blanks you are getting in that question. Again, in reading, fill in the blanks, drag and drop, another 4 to 5 points can be achieved directly by reading one passage. So just think about it in your mind, multiple choice, single answer or multiple answers. You're reading the whole passage and what points are you getting? Only 1 or 2. Earlier, we did not advise this, especially for the 9 band requirers or 79 plus scorers who wanted to get 79 plus. But right now the PTE reading scoring requirements have also changed. If you have not seen the video where I have talked about the Australian scoring band requirements for migration, please go and have a look at it and you will understand what you need. So the new 79 band for PT reading has been reduced by 9 points if you did not know that. That's why I said watch that video, you will understand the bands. So this is where we need to focus on. I'll shortly talk about time management and the effective techniques that can help you crack these questions very quickly. And then reorder paragraph. These 3 questions, again 6 to 10 points from reorder paragraph cannot be ignored. So you have to do it quickly. There's no other option. Summarize written text separately. You are getting 10 minutes, which is your writing time. It's not used in the reading module. Writing time timed separately, easy ways to get here marks here. So please don't make any mistakes here. Try to hit it for a 6er. So that you get the maximum points that you can get. Again, highlight incorrect words from the listening module. You have to attempt it properly. So important to improve your listening skills as well. Now again, which modules we have to ignore? We have already told you about that. Multiple choice single answer, multiple choice multiple answer. And even from the listening module, if you see this particular question, highlight incorrect summary. That's why we never have these kind of questions in the prediction files, because these do not contribute a lot to your reading scores, and that's why no one wants to focus on it. So highlight correct summary. In the audio part, you cannot skip it. That's a mandate. So it's something that you still have to listen, and then because the options itself are paragraphs, they are not just 1 line or 2 line options or 2 words options. It's a complete paragraph. Minimum 2 sentences will be there. So you need time to read each of the sentences as well. It requires time. If you are good in managing your time for the listening module, then you can still attempt it. But still don't waste too much time, because you're already listening to the audio. If you are a fast reader and if you are able to select the best option, then do it within 30-40 seconds, but don't waste too much time. For other people who are not that much skilled in their listening and their fast reading abilities, you just skip these questions. Now, the important thing is time management. How do we manage time? Because time is critical, and because the exam has made it much more difficult for you. But difficulty in terms of solving the question, but the required score has also come down. So I would not say it is completely uncrackable, because our students are still able to do it. With our help, with our techniques, with our advices, they are still able to do it. And that's a fact. You can look at our YouTube posts, and if you are one of our students, you already know. So within the reading module, if you want to finish the whole section in 23-24 minutes, depending on how much time you are getting, most of the people are getting around this time. I'll show you a clip of a student as well, our past student, who was able to solve the questions even below this optimal amount of time that I'm putting it up on the screen. So reading fill in the blanks drop down, which can be lengthy passages. 1 minute 50 seconds per question you have to, on an average. If the passage is very big, then of course the next passage will be little smaller. But on an average, within those passages, if the passage is big and you have only got 4 or 5 blanks, that means it's a time waster. So you still have to do it within this time. Don't say that I got bigger passages. If the number of blanks are more than 5, which is 6 or 7, then definitely put a little bit more time. But if it is only 4 blanks or 5 blanks and such a big passage, then you are actually wasting your time. It is setting up a trap for you, so that you are getting lost or wasting your time in that question, and then another question you will get with 5 blanks with a shorter passage, and then again you have to read the whole thing, or maybe longer passages as well. So it's completely random. There is no specific pattern about the length of the passages that you get in the exam. Keep it to it. In the prediction files, there are ample number of questions that are coming in the exam right now, in this month and in the previous month. This is what I talked to you about. The prediction file are accessible if you get YouTube priority membership as well as VIP memberships. And if you are enrolling with us for the live classes, of course you are getting all of them, all the benefits that we have, along with live classes and the portal access as well. So on our portal, we do have lots of amazing features as well, not only just for reading, but for speaking and writing, which gives you a very detailed feedback to pinpoint your mistakes and exactly what is required for you to improve. Even in the reading questions, there are explanations, color-coded explanations to guide you where you have to pick the answer from, what was the reason that this answer is correct, to develop that thinking inside you. Drag and drop, it's comparatively easier than drop down. In drop down, if it is completely contextual based, then it becomes difficult. But in reading fill in the blanks, most of the time it's grammar based. Sometimes it's collocation based or little bit context based, but most of the time it is crackable using with the help of grammar, cutting it down, elimination, and then you are able to use some context to find the answers quickly. Reorder paragraph, you cannot dedicate more than 1 minute per question. Now, I know it's challenging, but again, there are videos where I have showed you different types of tricks, around 5 tricks just for reorder paragraph. And even in the previous video, I demonstrated how you can find those connections and solve it quickly. You just need to develop that thinking process in your mind. Ways are there, techniques are there. You just need to do it faster. So initially, you may be a little slow in your approaches, especially when you are trying to solve the question. But slowly you have to time yourself, you have to reduce the amount of time that you are taking, and then you have to solve it within the stipulated amount of time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you one exam question. You can check in the prediction file, or many a times in the classes what we do is I ask the students to give me a random number. We pick that question and we solve it right in front of them using the same techniques that we have been teaching on our channel, the grammar technique, shortcuts, vocabulary, everything working together. So of course, for reading drop down questions, reading fill in the blanks, you also need to have a decent amount of vocabulary. Now once I show you the questions, or once you have access to the prediction questions, you will see some words are not making sense to you. That means you have vocabulary lacking in yourself. Again, VIP membership can help you with that, or if you have joined us for live classes. And if you want everything for free, we do have a dedicated playlist for vocabulary where we publish 40 vocabulary words related to your reading every single month, and not only just the words, but their meanings, their collocations, how they are used or applied with the prepositions. If you watch 6 months, you will develop a lot of concepts in your mind. So take that down as a homework. Now we'll take up a question, and if you want to pause it, you can pause it, but I'll show you how you can solve it very, very quickly. 4 blanks and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. So I'll solve it and then I'll explain it to you. If you want, you can pause it and comment your answers if you are able to solve it before me. Of course you can. I know many of you are capable of, or you just require a little bit of push. So I'll solve it now. Of the more than 1,000 bat species worldwide, 22 are dashed to North America. Now I see the options. I choose the answer. Native to America, North America, and while there are no pollinator bats in our area, gardeners should dash those that do live here. Not really sure about this because they are insectivorous. These bats dash moths, beetle, mosquitoes, and can eat up to 500 mosquitoes. So second answer becomes consume. They also protect gardens and crops from dash such as cucumber beetles, cutworms, and leaf hoppers. So the third one will become pests. 3 answers found. The second one, which I was not able to find out, I'll go back to it. And while there are no pollinator bats in our area, gardeners should dash those that do live here. Hold those, champion those, take those. I'm not talking about taking, so champion. You see, I'm still able to solve it below 1 minute. Now I'll give you the reasoning and then you will understand what it was. Okay, this is just an example. There are many types of question, many different type of grammar patterns applicable. Now this first blank is straight away talking about where the species belong to. Okay, and this collocation, preposition based collocation, exactly what I was talking to you about. You have to understand which words can be used with to. Old to something cannot be used. Champion to, no. Champion in something or champion for something. Native to, yes. Pests to, no. Consume to, no. Take to can be used, but do we need a verb here? So over here we are, and what is it trying to describe? 1,000 bat species worldwide, 22 are dashed to America, North America. So it's trying to describe it. Native. So that becomes your first answer. Native to North America or native to Australia. Kangaroos are native to Australia. That's how it is used. So the usage based words become the answer. The second one was challenging. I'll come to that. Third one was easy. These bats dash moths, beetle, mosquitoes and can eat up to. So which word is closest to eating, consuming, right? So that becomes your third answer. And they also protect gardens and crops from dash, such as examples of what the word will come here: beetles, cutworms, and leafhoppers. So we need a plural noun here, and the only plural noun that is remaining over here is pests. Yes, of course, these beetles, worms, hoppers, they are pests. So they protect us from the pests. And then this one is, and while there is no pollinator bats in our area, gardeners should champion those that do live here. Champion doesn't only mean the winner. Championing means perfecting. So it can be used as a verb as well. You can Google it. You will be surprised that yes, this word can also be used as championing something, mastering something, or relying on something. So that's how the word is used, and that becomes the particular answer for this case. Now the next steps that I'm going to show you will elaborate what did I apply here and how can you also prepare. So there is no surprise that vocabulary is the key here, and the way I demonstrated to you, if you don't know how to use the word native, you can't solve the question, because native to someplace is exactly required. So we do have the vocabulary list where we have gone through the questions of the past 2 to 3 months, extracted those words, did the data analysis, found the collocations and how they are used with prepositions. And that is the vocabulary list that we offer in the YouTube VIP membership plan, not in priority, in VIP. And of course, if you are joining us for the training program related to PTE exam, complete PTE exam, or just for reading module, you will have access to this as well. Another important thing, because you have to develop a faster reading habit, is that you have to spend 1 hour every single day to read. That is the best way. And if you have been a kid, of course you have been a kid, you have grown up, and you remember your school days, teacher always used to ask you to read, didn't they? So that's why. Reading is very beneficial habit, because it develops a lot of things for you. Grammar concepts, the vocabulary, how the sentences are used, which voices are used, a lot of things. This particular website, what you see on the screen, sciencedaily.com, you see a lot of scientific articles in the PTE exam, Pearson exam, and this is the place where Pearson likes to extract the exam passages from. Okay, so this is must reading. You can ignore the scientific words from there, but do focus on good quality writing. These are academic journals, very good quality writing, very similar to what you get in the exam. So please do a lot of reading, as much as you can, improve a lot, and then try to understand it faster from your normal speed. If it takes 10 minutes to understand a whole article, then you have to cut it down to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, at least 5 minutes if it's the big passage. I will not judge you on that, but definitely you have to improve your faster reading skills. What other things can help you? Grammar. So as I told you, the grammar ebook and the grammar shortcut ebook, which is a new edition, this one, shortcut ebook. Of course, there are videos as well on our channel, a dedicated playlist for grammar. So you can watch all the videos as well, or if you need something quick in just one package, VIP plan is the answer. If you're already preparing from somewhere, but if you do need much more help than that, then you must interact with us. Basically, you work with us so that we can have live classes with you. Basically, what I'm trying to suggest is, when you enroll with us for live classes, we work more closely to you, able to identify what problems you have and then suggest personalized suggestions. Okay, so this thing we have already talked about, grammar playlist, vocabulary playlist also exists. Next step, how do you practice? Whatever things you are doing, practice questions, just jumping to practice questions will not help. First, improve the basic things I talked about in the previous page. There are several free resources, paid resources, or live classes training program as well. Whatever helps you, you have to utilize that first of all. Invest in yourself, and then only the results will come. So improve yourself, and then when you are doing the self mock test, you pick up any 6 questions, drop down from the prediction file, any recent one, this month or the previous months before that. 5 questions for fill in the blanks, drag drop, and 3 from reorder paragraph. And why I'm asking you to pick only prediction questions is because they are real exam questions. You will get the same quality, you will get the same difficulty level of the same type of questions that are coming in the exam. So you are working exactly at the exam level. Whereas if you practice on different portals, different websites, they might give you some different questions from their own, which may not follow the same pattern of questions that appear in the exam. So that's why there is a spelling mistake here, but what I meant to say is only practice from this if you are close to the exam and if you want to improve your timing. So what you do is you select any random set of questions, you put it in a slide or a Word document, and then time yourself to 23 minutes. Then you should be able to finish these questions within that amount of time. If you are not able to do it, identify your problems, whether it's vocabulary that's limiting me, whether it's grammar concepts I'm not able to use, or whether it's just my plain reading capacity. I cannot speed up. So you know the steps, what is required to do. Just the basic steps, but you have to intensify it. You have to organize your thoughts together to put pressure in these areas. Only then you will get the results. But of course, results are achievable. If you are dedicated, you are focused, you are motivated to put that amount of efforts that are required. So that sums up the importance of the reading module, the timing cut down, how you can still achieve those scores that I'm talking about. It's not a rocket science. You can still do it. We can still do it. Our live class students can still do it. So of course you can also do it. And as I told you about the 2 membership plans, you can go and explore it on our channel. All the links are given in the description. Even for the videos that I mentioned about, the playlist that I mentioned about, everything is mentioned. Now, before you go, I do want to talk about 2 of the important videos, both related to grammar shortcuts. One we published very recently and one is a little bit older. So you have to start from somewhere. This will definitely help you in the drag and drop type of fill in the blanks questions in the PTE reading module for sure. Hundreds of students are benefiting from that. But if you are unable to do anything by yourself, not able to improve, then you do WhatsApp us or Telegram us for live classes coaching, and then we'll be able to help you. In the meantime, keep watching Edutrainex, and I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PT topics. See you soon.